Hello from Todos Santos, where today we are talking about real estate. So it's almost 2025 and prices have changed quite a bit since I did my last video here in Todos Santos. So I've got my friend Alec. Actually, this is a strange story. Alec is who I bought my car from 5 years ago, and he reached out and said, hey, can we do a video together about Todos Santos real estate? So that's where we are today. I actually drove the car out here today to meet up with Alec, and he is going to take us on a tour of different places in Todos Santos. So we're going to cover a couple different neighborhoods in this, and we're going to cover price ranges from probably the low 300s up into the low millions. So as I mentioned, prices have changed quite a bit since the last time I did a video, and that's probably a reasonable price range for what you can expect to find in Todos Santos these days, from condos in the 300 plus range and up into houses. You might be able to find a house for $500,000, $600,000 maybe, but there's not a lot on the market here that is available for kind of lower priced units. But before we meet Alec and go on a tour here, I did want to talk about two things, and that is healthcare and grocery stores. That's something I talked to Alec about really quickly. And there is now a 24-hour kind of urgent care type of clinic with doctors and specialists here. So you can get some of your healthcare here, and I guess they have an ambulance where they can take you into La Paz or over to Cabo if you have something more serious. But that is St. Jude's. That is available now. Also, grocery stores. I asked about grocery stores, and he said, well, really, people go to the markets. There's an organic market on Saturdays, I think, Fridays, and then also a regular market on Saturdays. And he said that's where he gets his eggs, his fish, his meat, vegetables, things like that. And then there's a couple of really small grocery stores around town. But some people, a lot of locals, will go all the way into La Paz, which is about an hour and 15 minutes away, maybe an hour away. That's where you're going to find a Walmart and a Home Depot and things like that. But here, it's an older artist community, but it's really probably reached a price point where not a lot of artists can afford it anymore. But it is just a beautiful place. It's here. I'm right outside the old mission. The missions were put in places where there was water. So it is a really green area, green part of the desert here. It's kind of an oasis is what Todos Santos is. Beautiful town, lots of tourists that come to this town, but just gorgeous, lots of art galleries. A lot of people buying now are more interested in ROI. A few years ago, they were buying a place that they would live in, but now they're buying a place maybe they'll come and live in just for a couple months out of the year, but they want to be able to rent it out for the rest of the year, or having additional properties there, something that they can Airbnb. So something to think about, definitely something that's changing here in Todos Santos. Well, let's get on the tour to see the first place and meet Alec. So first up on our tour, we are here in downtown Todos Santos, and pretty much what you're going to find in downtown Todos Santos is some condos. There's not a lot of them, but here is one that is under construction right now. So there's some availability here.
This compound is called Palms Garden here in downtown Todos Santos. It's all 2-bedroom condos. The ones on this side, on the street side, are 1,200 square feet, and they're $395. And the ones on this side, they're a little bit larger, at 1,400 square feet, and they're $420K.
Yeah, what I love here is that they've maintained these palms, or I can't imagine that they planted them, but they're huge palms in the middle and also out front, and they've really built the buildings around there. Nice lap pool down the center. So this is going to be a really nice complex, and once again, right in the middle of downtown, so walkable to everything. The rest of the things that we're going to be seeing today mostly are going to be not so walkable, because downtown Todos Santos, very walkable, but most of the neighborhoods of Todos Santos are a little bit further away and not an easy walk to get into downtown.
So the buyers for condos in downtown Todos Santos are mainly people that don't want to drive too much. You can walk to everything. Everything's very accessible. Markets, restaurants, bars, everything. It's a really small core area, and we've seen lately people that don't want to drive. They were maybe intimidated or they just don't want to have a car and the hassle. So they're buying these condos and smaller units here in downtown.
Great. So we're going to leave behind this construction site now that we just kind of like walked into. That's the beauty of Mexico. So we've been walking around. The construction guys aren't batting an eye. They're making their breakfast here is on the grill right now. We're going to go down the street and see the outside of some condos that are already constructed and hear about those. So we've just walked down the street a few blocks and we've got some condos here that are existing, built a few years ago. Let's hear about these guys. Sadly, we can't get inside.
This is Villas de Todos Santos, another condo development downtown that's been established for a few years now. There's 1, 2, and 3 bedroom condos here. Prices range from $230 to $340, depending on the unit. The 3 bedrooms are $379 and above. There's none on the market at the moment, but there's 1 and 2 bedrooms available. Each unit comes with a designated parking space underground, and it's titled and it's locked.
Yeah, we were just talking about the availability of the parking space, which isn't available on that one that we first showed you. And really, you don't need a car to get around downtown Todos Santos, but you're probably going to want a car in Todos Santos to get out to the beaches, to get over to La Paz, to get over to San Jose, to go to anywhere around here, day trips, things like that. And also, if you're a part-timer, you can leave your car in that secured garage and not have to worry about it. So there's a lot of opportunities here. I think this is a great deal when they come on the market. So as we're walking through downtown here, I saw this here that this is for sale, and this is just kind of like an older, rundown, historic-looking building. So let's hear a little bit about what else is available here. I'm not sure. This would be a big renovation, but let's hear about it.
So we're standing in front of the 2 historic homes that are for sale in downtown here in Todos Santos. They adjoin each other, and they go from block to block. The old homes in Todos Santos in the downtown area always encompassed the entire block from side to side. So both of these are on the market. They're a little bit different. This one's been remodeled some, and that one's kind of in its old stage with wood beams and brickwork, as you can see.
And how much are these costing?
This one's 2.9 million, and that one's 3.2 million. This is a 3rd house downtown that just sold. It's one of the historic homes, probably the most photographed house in all of Todos Santos. It sold for an undisclosed sum in a private sale. It was on the market for 2.2 million, but it didn't sell, and the owner sold it privately. And they're renovating it now. It's one of the most beautiful homes inside and out. Okay, welcome to Casa Chilicote. This is a 3 bedroom, 3 bath house here in La Cachorra neighborhood. We are pretty close to town. The Cuatro Vientos Yoga Studio is walking distance. The beach is just this way, a couple blocks. So it's really centrally located, really convenient. And it's a very country atmosphere here, lots of horses and animals. Very peaceful spot. The house itself is 3 bedroom, 3 bath. There's AC in every room. All the rooms have bathrooms. There's a working fireplace here. There's another one outside that is also a barbecue area. All the furniture stays with the house, and it's priced at $895.
So this is a really beautiful spot, and $895. It's a gorgeous house. This is right across from an area that cannot be developed, which is where kind of the aquifer, I guess, is close to the surface. And so across the street here is the greenest area, the oasis of Todos Santos. And also, she does have multiple properties for sale here. So let's hear a little bit about that if you've got some extra cash jiggling around in your pocket and you want to get more pieces.
So there's 3 pieces of land available that are attached to the house behind me. Each lot is a little over a 1/4 acre. They are priced at $160 a square meter. They are, at the moment, she uses them as her arena to exercise her horses, and she's used them like that for about 10 years now. But all 3 lots are available. They have water and power, and one of them is hooked up to the sewage here in La Cachota neighborhood. There's also a second house where she lives, the owner. She's lived there for close to 20 years now. It's on almost an acre of land. It has a giant 75-foot pool. It's also 3-bedroom, 3-bath. It's a really beautiful house. That one's on the market for 1.35. Here we are in Las Tunas now, a different neighborhood. This is Seaview Gardens. It's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath house. The land area is just over a 1/4 acre, but it comes with an extra 1/2 acre over here to protect the views and the privacy. So it's 3/4 of an acre total land area. There's a small little plunge pool here and just beautiful views all around. There's no furniture in the house, so it's unfurnished. Really private, quiet neighborhood. You have spectacular mountain views over here, so you can see the sunrise and the moonrise, and then of course the sunset over here.
Yeah, this is a very cool place. So much of the living is outdoors, connecting the rooms together. It's just kind of like you walk outside and you walk into another bedroom, and there's a bedroom over there, and there's one upstairs, but you got to go outside for that one. So very, very cool property here, and with just amazing views out all the windows, even the window in the bathroom over here, upstairs from the bathroom. It is just really amazing in the fact that they've protected the views, and there is this arroyo in front of us, so that is government protected land. So there can't be building on this side and there can't be building on that side unless you were to purchase this and sell off that lot for construction of another house or something like that. So that's an opportunity too. So lots of great opportunities here. I always thought of this as being past Las Tunas, so I've actually confused in the past Las Brisas and Las Tunas, but you can see on the map where Las Tunas is, and it looks like there's some other really, looks like very expensive homes going up in this neighborhood. So this is quite a bargain. Of course, you're going to have to furnish it, which, you know, if you were to buy something new, you'd have to furnish it too. But a lot of the houses in Mexico that are on the market that are kind of pre-existing houses are often furnished. So check this one out if you're looking for something that just really quiet, really amazing spot to live.
Okay, Seaview Gardens is on the market for $900,000.
So not that I have $900,000 just sitting in my pocket ready to spend, but if you did, this would be a wonderful property. Now we're going to go over to another property over in Las Brisas, so a little bit closer to town, and it's going to be just a little bit more expensive than this. And you'll notice homes in Todos Santos. Todos Santos is probably one of the more sought after towns down here in Baja California Sur. Homes are going to be less expensive in La Paz, and they're, you know, over here on the Pacific coast, though, the temperatures are typically about 10 degrees cooler in the summer, so that can be a pretty big difference. La Paz gets a little hot, and Todos Santos stays a little more moderate, especially when you've got those winds. You can feel the breeze here. The breeze is just going through every single room in this house coming off the ocean. So let's head over to the next one. And actually, before we leave this house, just a couple of reminders. If you've got friends who this might be the right place for them, be sure to share this video. Also subscribe if you haven't already. And if you need a real estate agent down here in Todos Santos, check in with Alec. Tell him I'm the one who sent you, and he'll buy me some margaritas. So we've arrived at the last house on the tour, and just to give you a little bit of a preview of what's coming up, we've got one more house after this one, and that one's going to be a little less expensive, coming in under $500,000. But let's check out this one first, or this two first.
Hi, this is Paseo del Mar here in the heart of Las Tunas. We have just under a 1/2 acre of land, and there's 2 3-bedroom houses. The big house, which is on this side with the pool, and there's another 3-bedroom, 3-bath house right on this side with a 2-car garage, carport, storage, really nice landscaping. And finishing off, there's a 5th wheel for a caretaker, or you could rent it on this corner, and it has its own private entrance as well. The unique part about this property is that everything comes in it. All the linens, furniture, appliances. It's a turnkey, 2 3-bedroom homes ready to go here in Las Tunas, and it's listed at 1.1 million.
So this property has just amazing views especially from the rooftop, but even from the lower floors. You can see the ocean for quite some distance. This is a spot where whales go by on a regular basis. So really pretty amazing property, and includes all of the furniture. And if you do a full price offer, you're gonna get this Jeep too. So this will be completely turnkey, everything you need to move to Mexico. Okay, so which of your friends could you go in on in this? So like one person could pay the majority and get the big house, and then the smaller house for the next person, and the third person could get the fifth wheel trailer. Lots of opportunities here. Or you could get the big house and then rent out the smaller house, and even Airbnb out the trailer. So many different ways that you could make this happen. So who's in? So Alec is waiting by his phone for your call. Let's make this happen. And if this isn't quite the right house for you, we're gonna check out the last one in this video, and that one's gonna be under 500,000. Sorry, it's just one house. You don't get extra houses for that price. Let's check that out next. Okay, so we just arrived at the last house on our tour here, and unfortunately we don't have the keys to get into this gate. But let's hear about this house that was just under 500,000.
This is Casa Dulce here in Las Brisas. It's not quite listed yet. We're just sorting through the paperwork and everything, but it's going to be on the market at $495,000. It's 3 bedrooms, 3 bath. It has 1,200 meters of land. It's going to come furnished. It's got a really beautiful garden. It's hard to see from here, but the sellers were really into their gardening. Lots of fruit trees, citrus, mangoes. And one of the highlights from the house is it's perched up on this knoll here, and the view behind us is absolutely spectacular of the ocean, and you'll get amazing sunset views from up here.
So let's get Alec's contact information here. If you are ready to make a purchase on any of these houses or any house in the Todos Santos area, these might not be available when you're watching this video, but call Alec to check and see what is out there.
If you have any questions on any of these properties, or you want to get inside and look at them yourself, I'd be happy to help you. My contact information is below. Thanks.
Well, thank you so much for watching, and I've got more videos up here. One is an older tour of Todos Santos that you can see down here. Of course, the prices are not going to be up to date in 2025, and the other is up here. This is actually Alec's YouTube channel. He is just starting out on YouTube, but he's got some videos up here. Check those out next. Hasta luego.